everybody, and welcome to the Eff Your Fears Podcast. I am your host, Ashley Monique Menard.
Hey, sunshine. How are you doing? Are you shining bright today? Fuck, you look like it. I need to wear some sunglasses. You look so good. Woo! Welcome to the Eff Your Fears Podcast. I am your host and new friend, Ashley Monique Menard. I'm so stoked for today, y'all. So stoked. This performer is one of my favorite dancers. She knows how to shake. She knows how to move. She knows how to make me laugh. She is such a funny little comedian. I am so excited to see where the trajectory of her career goes. She's at the beginning of it, and she is rising with almost 1 million TikTok followers. She is climbing to the top. The top of what? We shall see. I am such a big fan. Her name, y'all, her name is Mia Lana Terry. Get it right. Know it. Why? She's my baby cousin. Yeah, y'all, my baby cousin. I only found out about her about a year ago. Because, whenever you come from a big family, which we do, my dad is her grandpa's dad. My dad is her grandpa's brother. Y'all got it? So she's my second cousin. And I moved to New York about 20 years ago. And she's about 20 years old. So that's how I don't know her. Although I was able to chat with her. And then also whenever I went to Louisiana recently, we were able to connect and hang out, and it's so funny. It's so funny because she is such a sweet, kind, quirky chick who loves to dance, loves to create characters, loves to create content for you, which she is doing. And now you get to learn more about her. You get to find out what is going on with one of your favorite TikTokers. And I had such a joy chatting with her. I can't wait for her to come back. I can't wait for us to do some fun little sketches. Because wouldn't it be such a fun time if we just put on a few accents and just kind of do it up? Wouldn't it be such an amazing little night? Who knows? Maybe it'll happen. Maybe. So Mia's here on the show. I'm really excited for it. But before I bring her out, what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to you about some of my favorite performers who are plus sized. So let's go ahead and come right out the gate, y'all. Let's come out the gate. Heavy hitting. Let's do it, y'all. Let's go. We got Lizzo. I fucking love Lizzo. I saw her. She was on Samantha Bee. I've said this story a million times and I'll say it a million times. She was on Samantha Bee back in 2017. And I remember looking at her wearing this leotard and just doing her thing, wearing flats. And I was like, I love what she's doing. I love it. And I bought coconut oil the next day. And I started listening to it. And that album, y'all, it fucking saved my life. It really did. Not to get dramatic, but coconut oil really, especially the song Soulmate and Worship Me and, Good as Hell. Those songs really helped me in a dark time in life. And I'm so grateful to Lizzo for inspiring me. And Cause I Love You is such a great album. And, even her LPs that she had in the beginning, I love everything that she's got going on. So Lizzo is someone I look at on social media and, I always like to go check in with my girl. I like to check in what's going on with Lizzo. So she's number one. Number two, I've got Miss Tess Holiday. I've been following her for about 7 years now. I remember when she was Tess Munster and just, doing the plus size, blogging, makeup artist stuff. I love what a political activist she is and how she is embedded in the LGBTQ body positive representation of all diversity with all skin tones. And I love that she curates that as well on her social media. And I think that she's just such a phenomenal Southern lady. And I like her a whole bunch. Plus, she's pretty. Nice to look at. I mean, we all like pretty shiny things, right? Okay, and then my number three is Netta. if you don't know who Netta is, you need to get to know Netta. Netta is amazing. She was on this competition over in Israel. She's an Israeli singer. And basically she did the Eurovision song competition back in 2018, and that took off, and she has become such a big thing over there as well as here. And I love her music videos. She's so much fun to look at. She's a plus size pop star. Like, she is a plus size pop star. Like, looking at her, you're just like, I want a doll of you. I love her. I love her zaniness. And I mean, and she's European, so they really get jiggy with it. I love how she just comes up with like these really cool costumes. I wish I could play in her. I wish if I could choose one person's closet to go play in, it'd be Netta. I can't even. So I love her. I think she's amazing. And then I've got a couple more ladies I want to talk about. Beth Dydo. Y'all, I love Beth Dydo. She's an amazing singer. I love her and her band. Her band Gossip, this indie rock band. She has this voice that's similar to like Etta James / Janis Joplin, a little bit of Tina Turner. She's got such a great edge. And since then she's also done some acting. I love following her on the gram, and she always makes me smile. So I love Beth, I love you. Coming in at number 5 on my list, I've got Brittany Howard. Brittany Howard from Alabama Shakes. Her voice is like, it's like you cut open a piece of heaven and her voice starts coming out. Like, her voice, her vocals are such iconic rock blues. She's so fucking good. If you don't know who Alabama Shakes if you don't know who they are, you need to check them out. They got a couple albums out. They've got Sound and Color, which is their newer album. It's got the song I Don't Want to Fight No More, which is so good. Oh my God, it's so good. I always want to sing Alabama Shakes. I love them so much. And then Boys and Girls. Boys and Girls has got some great songs like Hold On, Heartbreaker. Oh, just so many great songs. Alabama Shakes, they're someone to listen to, but also Brittany Howard. Her music, she has such a great sensitivity. She's also an incredible musician, and she writes in the world that she hears, and it's beautiful to listen to, and I love it. But that's my list. Thank you so much for listening to it. Let's go ahead and bring out the cutest, coolest, best dancer that I know. Yes, I'm gonna say it. Her name is Mia Lene Terry. Let's bring her out because she's a fucking star. And if you don't know who she is, now you do, and you're welcome. You're welcome. You guys, let's do it. So exciting.
Is your current headshot a little outdated? Is it in black and white? Head over to Queen Self Tape and get yourself some new headshots. Gabe Awan's got affordable prices and can also help you with self-tapes. www.queenselftape.com.
Oh my God, you guys, look who's on the show. It's Mia. Guys, it's Mia Terry.
It's me, the one and only.
Mia, welcome to the show.
I am so excited to be here. I'm literally like, you're like popping my podcast cherry. Like, it is the best. I love it.
Oh my God. I am really happy that I'm the one to ease you into this. I guess it might be a bit incestual, considering, how do we know each other?
Well, I'm glad that you asked. So basically, your dad and my grandpa are brothers. Mm-hmm. So we're like second cousins, I guess.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I love it.
It's so funny because we're kind of in a different generation. And so like growing up, you know, you're a lot younger than I am. So by the time I left to go to New York, like you were growing up and like coming into your own and stuff. And it's so funny because one of my friends, like 6 months ago, my friend Leah Keel was like, oh my God, this girl, she's like amazing. And I'm like, that's my second cousin.
I remember you telling me that. Yes. I know. It's so funny. And it's crazy because we had never met. Like, even though because you were always in New York, we had never met. But like, even growing up, I was like, always hearing about Ashley. Everyone's like, oh my God, you're going to love Ashley. You know, y'all are so much alike and all this stuff. So when I finally got to meet you, oh, that was so fun. Loved it.
I totally agree. I was like, where have you been my whole childhood?
For real. I know. I remember my other cousin, she was like, Ashley is like, who is this girl and how are we related? I need to meet her now. I loved it. It was so fun.
Oh my God, I love it. Can you show me your nails?
Of course.
Oh, is that marble on 2 of them?
Yeah, actually need to get them redone.
But they're good.
Yeah,
I like
purple marble. Oh, love it. And then they have like these little gold specks.
I love it. So for
obsessed.
those of you out there who don't know who Mia is, we're going to get to more about what she does, but she's hugely famous on the TikTok. You guys, she's almost got 1 million followers on the TikTok. But you know, you've grown exponentially in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a sec. But one of the reasons that I'm saying all that is because she posts little things like on her Instagram with her nails, and I'm just like, oh, like one of my favorite things to see about you is what are your nails looking like? Because I also love nails.
Yeah,
so
I'm the same. I change them all the time. Like I'm like, oh, I like something fun. Like, you know, you can do plain, simple colors, but like we gotta liven it up. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta
like,
get it popping.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Your fashion sense and your nails, it just makes you and when you look good, you feel good, you know, it's just I love it. Love it.
I love it too. Okay. So we can tell that you're fabulous and amazing now, but let's flash back in time. Okay. So where were you born?
I was born in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Me too.
Oh, no way.
I've never been able to tell that to someone on this show.
For real. Everyone's like, where?
Yeah. Okay, so you were born in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yes.
And what were you like when you were a kid?
It's so funny because we always talk about this. Like I did a whole 180, like 360, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
I was the person hiding behind my mom. Like I didn't want any attention on me.
Mm-hmm.
Like complete opposite of the person that I am now. Like it completely changed. And I was even in like school, like middle school and high school, like I never was an attention seeker at all. Like I was always kind of just to myself, and so it completely changed. But yeah, it's crazy. Like I don't even know how. I don't know where it came from. We always say that, but it just like, especially after high school, I think that's when a switch kind of flipped, and it kind of was like, because I was so like, I never really had a lot of friends growing up. So I had to kind of learn to be strong for me and be okay with like being by myself. And once I was okay with that, it was like, okay, I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need other people to have other people to hype me up. Like I could be my own, you know, I could be my own hype woman.
And I think that's such an important quality for a performer to have, to be a self-starter and to be able to self-motivate yourself, because so often we deal with rejection. We deal with, not hearing back from someone. We deal with all of the outside stuff where we're just like, so if we're not fueling ourselves, like what are we doing? So it's so great that you do that. And that's something that you've just like started with, but also grown into so much. That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like it was definitely like learning over time, but it's something like I've always kind of like enjoyed just like being like to myself. Like I love my just alone time, like my chill time, and kind of just doing things myself. So like I do everything myself. Like I film my own videos, I do my own photography. Like I kind of just like I like learning it and doing it and being independent in my own way, so that I didn't have to wait on other people. I didn't have to rely on other people to do that. You know, like I was, you know, a strong, independent woman. Okay.
Yes.
And I was just doing it for me. I learned the way that I could, because I could do it in my own way. I can control, you know, what I was putting out there. I can control the kind of content and the quality I'm putting out. So it's not, I don't have to wait on other people and rely on other people. I'm just doing me. And, you know, I think that was really important that I wanted to be in control of it and kind of just do my own thing. So I'm just, I'm very independent in that sense of doing everything. I just like to do it myself.
So, so when you were younger, when did you kind of start getting into dance?
I actually only did like about probably 2 years in actual dancing, like dancing school.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, I was probably like 5 and 6. So it's like, it's something that I just kind of like, I have to say I was born and blessed with rhythm. Like, I don't know, me and my sister both, like we always just like, we just danced around the house, had fun, you know, and especially with the, you know, Louisiana culture with all that Zydeco music, you know, you learn all the music around, you learn the beat, and it's just like, it just comes natural. Like, I don't know. People always ask, where did you like study dance? And I'm like, in my bedroom, in the mirror. Like, it's
I love it.
It's self-taught pretty much. Like,
yeah.
Once again, doing my thing my own way, independent woman, learning myself, you know. I mean, YouTube and, you know, other TikTok videos, it's easier to learn from that because you watch and then you just kind of like copy it, you know. Yeah. And then over time you just kind of start like getting with the beat, getting with the rhythm, and you're like, oh, okay, and you start doing your own little thing, you know. So,
and girl, you got rhythm, like rhythm. You got rhythm. Like, I watch you and I'm like, yeah, I'm dancing like that too. And then I look at myself and I'm like, bitch, you don't look anything like that. Mia knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing.
I literally just practice in the mirror. Everyone is always asking that though. It's so funny because
you have so much joy when you do it. Like, so much. Your joy just exudes.
It's
you can tell.
So true though. Like, I honestly just have so much fun. Like, it just it's not even so like, I like sometimes if I learn a new dance or something, I get so excited. Like, I can't sleep at night because it's like I want to film it, I want to do it. Like, you know, I get actually genuinely excited about it and I want to have fun. Like, it's just it's kind of like just like my own way of kind of like expressing myself in a way that it's just having fun. I'm not like trying to live up to anybody's standards. I'm not doing that for anybody. It's for me. You know, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it. And that's all that matters. So,
and I love watching your videos. So there you are. Let's go back in time a little bit. So there you are. You're in high school. You're doing your own thing. When you're finished with high school, like, what are you thinking you're going to do next?
I was always interested in the beauty industry. You know, I love doing makeup. I love, you know, my nails and doing all the things beauty, you know. So I always thought, you know, my goal was I'm going to go to cosmetology school and I'm going to learn all, you know, everything that I can. And then my original dream was to kind of, because I was really, really, really into makeup in high school. But like, I'd sit in front of the mirror for hours and do my makeup and like rub it off and then do something else. Like, I would just, that was like, my makeup was kind of like the dance for me now was kind of like my makeup when I was in high school. Like, I had like a passion for it. And I would just sit in the mirror for hours and just paint my face pretty much. So, I just always loved doing that. And then when I got into high school and was like really starting to think about what I wanted, that's when kind of like YouTube was like YouTube's still a big thing, but that's when it was a really big thing when I got really into it in high school, because that's pretty much how I learned the makeup that I do now is all pretty much from YouTube, you know, just watching tutorials and watching other people. So, I think it was like, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel and then do makeup. And then from there, I want to like go to Los Angeles and become a professional makeup artist. You know, that was kind of my goal. And then I started school, and then I think the school that I went to mostly just focused on hair. We didn't get really involved in that much makeup part of things. So, I kind of like felt like I lost kind of a passion for the makeup, like, because I was so, I guess like real life and real world kind of got in the way of that, where I had to get a job. I had to, you know, I mean, I had a job still in high school, but like I was going to school all morning till afternoon and then getting a job and working till like 10 o'clock at night. So it's like I had no time to have the fun and makeup and do all those things. So I guess I kind of lost a passion, like my real like drive to do it. I kind of felt like I lost that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I was in school doing that, and because we mainly focused on hair, you know, it's normal, you just get a job after school in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then right after school, I got a job, started doing hair, and it was mainly focusing on hair. You know, I didn't really do that much makeup. And I don't know, like I really just sat down and thought about it. And I guess because I was still kind of new, I felt like I was struggling a little bit as far as trying to keep motivated and trying to get new clients, because that is one of the hardest things in, you know, the beauty industry, is getting a good clientele, keeping it, and all those kind of things. And I felt like I just was struggling with that. And I think was because also because of the way that I didn't have a lot of friends. I wasn't I didn't have a big personality, you know, when I was in school. So like I still was kind of like, you know, kind of more introverted, you know, kind of keep it to myself. So it was hard for me to put myself out there, you know, to get that clientele. And I was like, I don't know what I want to do. Like I really sat there and I was like, do I really want to do this for the rest of my life? Like, am I really passionate about this? Like, do I enjoy it? Like, and I just was like, I don't know. So I was kind of like stuck in a rut where I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I was kind of working like not a lot. Like I was doing part-time at, you know, the salon, where I wasn't just, I don't think I was just happy with the situation. Like I wasn't passionate about it and driven. Like I didn't wake up and like, oh my God, I get to go to work today. You know what I'm saying? I just did it, you know? So like I didn't have that love for it. So that's when kind of TikTok started coming around, and I basically I was like, it's fun, you know, let's just have fun with it. Like, and then I just started doing videos and having so much fun. Like literally the first video I think I ever posted was me and my sister just goofing around in her living room, you know? So it was never intentionally, oh my God, I'm going to get famous on this app. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but then we just kind of started doing videos while I was still like part-time at the salon, you know? So that's where it kind of led into the whole TikTok thing. And I think like the first third or fourth video maybe that I ever posted, that's when it kind of like, you know, I was freaking out.
Let's talk about that for a second. So your first couple videos that you put out, it's you dancing with your sister, and just for everyone out there, her first video that she put out was in March or May of 2020. It was one or the other, or January.
No, I think it was actually in January, like the end of January.
End of January 2020, you post a couple videos, and then I want to say it's like your third or your fourth video that just like because I scrolled all the way back, and and the numbers are just absolutely huge. So what did that look like whenever you kind of posted your first thing that went semi-viral?
Well, let me tell you,
what was that like?
I was freaking out when I got even like, you have to like, I was not expecting any of this. So when I got to like literally 500 views, I was like, oh my God, 500 people just saw me. What the heck? You know, I was flipping out at 500. So the fact that like when I tell you, when I hit a video that hit 10,000, I was like, we're going out to dinner for celebration. Like we're going to celebrate. We hit 10,000 views on a video, you know? Like it was such a big deal to me, you know, because my following at the time, I only had like probably 200 followers on Instagram. You know, I didn't have, you know, it was still my private Instagram. I didn't have, like, I was never in the social media scene really that much before all this TikTok started. So like, I just had like my 200 followers, my little 200 followers on Instagram, and I was happy with that, you know? And so the fact that a video, like when, I think the first video that blew up was, I think I had my hair straight. I don't know why I remember that. I had my hair straightened. I was wearing this camouflage thing, and it was some kind of like Hispanic, like Latin song. And I was just like, I remember that. I was just like having fun, getting into it. And I think he got up to like 600 something thousand. And I was freaking out. Like, I literally looked at my phone like every 5 minutes. I was like, oh my God. Like, it just kept going and going. And like, I just, from there, like, as I said, I'm not like so special. Like I didn't do anything like crazy, you know, that would make me have like sparked like that where the following went up like crazy. I was just being me and having fun. That's literally all I was doing. Like I wasn't doing anything, you know, out of the ordinary. Like I was just, I mean, I guess the only thing I could say was just a big girl moving her body to the rhythm, you know, having fun. So I don't know. And I guess just people enjoyed that. And you never really know, like the little things that you do that you just is your normal everyday life that could inspire so many other people. You never really think about that, you know? So when that video kind of started getting big and I was starting to get like messages, actual like DMs and stuff, people were like, oh my gosh, girl, like I'm in love with you. Like you're inspiring me to, you know, get up and move and dance and just have fun with it. And I'm like, why me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just having fun. And I guess it never really, I
love that. I want to put that on a t-shirt for you. Why me? I'm just having fun.
Yeah, I am. Like, it's so true. Like, even to this day, like, I'm just doing me and having fun. And I never really like thought about it. Like people are scared to like, and especially, you know, bigger girls and, you know, they're scared to put themselves out there because they're so scared of other people's, you know, their opinions and the hate comments. And I'm so grateful because I have so much love and positivity that gets thrown my way on this app. It is unreal. I mean, everybody is going to have hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what you do, I say this all the time, no matter what you do, or who you are, you can never please everybody. You can't. Like, it's impossible. You got to stop living for everybody else and live for you. And once you realize that, that's when you're going to be happy. I mean, you are the main character of your life, okay? Like, you get to choose your happiness. You know what I'm saying? Don't let other people's opinions and, you know, other people's lives and what they're doing, they might be miserable and taking it out on you. You know, it happens. But just, you know, do you. And as long as you're happy and you're enjoying yourself and having fun, that's all that really matters. So, I don't know.
Amen to that.
It just, because I get so many messages about that, you know, how do you deal with the hate? Like, honestly, I just like brush it off because like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, I see all this love and all these people who are going out of their way, you know, to leave a comment saying, oh my gosh, I love you. You're amazing. You know, you inspire me. Like, that stuff matters 10 times more than the person who just leaves like a cow emoji or something, you know, something stupid. And then you look at these people leaving the hate comments. There's no profile picture. There's no, you know, they don't have content out there. It's what they call trolls, you know? They just sitting there, they go through and they trying to make everybody else miserable. But at the end of the day, them leaving a hate comment, that could get you more views because you can sit, that's just, you know what I'm saying? That's just, they're bringing you up. They might be mentally trying to bring you down, but at the end of the day, they're just adding to your, you know,
comments.
Your popularity. You know,
the total of your comments. They're increasing your analytics.
So it just, you just gotta let them go. Like I guess I'm just not a sensitive person. Like I don't take things to heart. Like I grew up with my dad, so he's very sarcastic, very, you know, we're always joking around. So it's just, I grew up kind of like that way. So like, I don't take the hate comments like to heart, you know, I'm not a sensitive person. So I kind of just like brush it off and I'm like, whatever, like, I don't know, like it doesn't bother me. I mean, sometimes you get people who will go out of their way to like message you on like DM you on Instagram. Like they literally follow you on, so I had one that followed me on TikTok and then followed me on Instagram and then sent me a hateful DM. I posted a TikTok about it and it was like this big, long, like nasty message, like about just being just horrible, like just being a horrible person. And like from that hate comment, I made it into a video talking about loving yourself and not letting, you know, people tear you down and showing them that hate comment is not going to stop me from having fun and dancing and, you know, just being who I am, because at the end of the day, their comments and their things are just, you know, they don't matter. They don't matter. And I say that because all the love that I get on this app is incredibly like amazing. Like it's like I can't even fathom it, because like you go look at my comments, you might see one or two mean, but like all the rest are so positive and so like uplifting, and just it makes you want it encourages you to do more and motivates you to keep doing you, having fun. People are enjoying it. Those few hate comments don't matter. And I'm not trying to sound conceited here, but when you look at the following, I have over 900,000 people who disagree with them. You know what I'm saying? Those people chose to follow me, and I'm not in any way being like, you know, trying to be like, oh, I got 900 something followers.
It's not conceited. It's a fact. It's a straight up fact.
I mean, I don't want to sound like that, because I'm not like that at all. I don't know. I'm just so grateful for the love and positivity that I get on this app. It's no comparison compared to those stupid little hate comments you get, you know?
Yeah.
But
okay, so at what point, okay, so I guess my next question is, at what point did you kind of get a little bit of attention from someone that you weren't expecting, that may have been a little bit more famous, and you were like, oh, wow, you saw us? Whoa. What was that like?
I've gotten a few. I don't know. I'm trying to think if the first one was. The first one, like, is so funny because I didn't really know who he was, and he's like the biggest. It was Dwayne Wade. Okay, he's a basketball player, and he's like one of the biggest. Like he played with LeBron James and all that. Like, you know, he was he was a big basketball player, and I was never really I never really watched sports, so like I don't know, you know. And but he had followed me, and he had like a little blue check mark to his name, so I was like, oh, who is this? You know, when you see someone with a blue check mark, you're like, okay, who is that?
That's how you know they've made it. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I'm still waiting on mine.
Me too. Anyway,
but yeah, so I saw that because that's what I didn't really have that many followers, like compared to what I have now. I think I was at like only like probably like 200,000. So I was not like big, you know what I'm saying? Like I still don't consider myself big, but I was not even half of what I have now. So the fact that he saw maybe a video that maybe it went viral, he probably followed me from that. So I had no idea who he was, because I'm like I said, I'm not a sports person. Yeah. So I asked my dad. I saw it said he was a basketball player, so I looked him up, and I was like, oh, he's a basketball player. I don't know, you know. So like I went to my dad, and I was like, because at this time my mom and dad really didn't like know too much about the TikTok thing. Okay. They kind of just knew I was like, you know, having fun doing videos on the side, but they still don't completely understand it. But like, you know what I'm saying? They just kind of, you know, they thought I was just, you know, having fun in my room, just making videos, being stupid. And so when I went up to my dad, I was like, do you know like this dude named Dwayne Wade? He's like a basketball player or something. He was like, yeah. And I was like, he just followed me on TikTok. And I was like, what? He was like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, do you know who that is? And he was like, Mia, he's like a big basketball player, you know? So then I started texting like my cousin that I'm really close with, and he's into all the sports, you know, everything. So that's why I texted him. When I tell you, he was like freaking out. Like he was he was like, oh my God, you don't understand. Oh my God, you have to message him and tell him to send me autograph, because I am freaking out right now. Like they were like going ballistic, and like I felt bad because I didn't really know who that was. But I had a few people, but he was the first one that I was like, oh my God, you know, like when I really realized who he was, I was like, somebody that like, you know, big and famous, they're following me, like why me? You know what I'm saying? So but him, and then the first one that really like struck a chord with me is Casey Stroh. I love her. she was the for anyone who doesn't know her, she's my queen, love her. She's the sweetest person ever. She was the cheerleader on High School Musical, and I grew up watching High School Musical, you know, like that was like my show. Like I had a pencil box, okay, with all the high school. Like,
legit.
I loved High School Musical. So, and she was considered like a plus size cheerleader, you know. She was the first one that kind of like paved the way for kind of like bigger, you know, because bigger girls on the screen, you know. She was never a, you know, big girl, but compared to the other ones, all the little other girls, you know, they were pretty thin. So I had always loved her because especially because she had the rhythm. She loved to dance. She still dances, you know. And me and my sister both, we loved her. Like, so when she followed me and I saw that, I was like, oh my God. Like, to me, you know, I was like, a person that I grew up watching chose to follow me. And like, she still like comments on my videos and likes my videos all the time. Like, and we've actually like messaged, I think, a few times, and like just saying like, you know, Merry Christmas. Like, she's really, really sweet. Like, I do want to eventually have the chance to like actually sit down and talk with her because I think she's so sweet. But yeah, I think she was the first one that ever really like, oh my God, you know, like I never really would have believed that she would follow me. And then I don't know, I think she was the first one that I was like really, really excited about, and I talked about for like weeks, you know. And I think because High School Musical was such a big thing when I was growing up, like all my, you know, that's someone everybody that I knew could relate to. Like that's somebody that they could like, you know, recognize. And not like, for me and my sister, when I told my sister, she was like, shut up, there's no way she followed you. I was like, yeah. And I was like freaking out. But oh, I love her. I met this girl on the app. I had followed her when she was at like, I think only like 50,000. And her name's Huntington Parson. I love her. She's the sweetest. But she was at 50,000. Like, she was another girl that I just related to in so many ways because she was another big girl, but like had a passion for dance. And she actually did dance like professionally. So like she was, you know, more like technical with everything than I was. I was just having fun, you know, just doing me. But I was like even like learning from her, you know what I'm saying? So I followed her like 50,000, and like I watched all her videos and everything. And then I think I was at like probably around 200 or 300,000. And then she followed me back, and I was like, so like, because when I started following her at the 50,000, I was like still just starting like on TikTok. Like I was still very new. So like I was way under her, you know, like I was at like maybe like 5,000, you know? So like I looked up to her when it came to, oh my God, like to me, 50,000 followers, like she's TikTok famous, you know what I'm saying? So like at the time, so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to follow her. I love her. I want to be like her when, you know, I want to protrude that confidence that she does. So I started following her. And like I said, she followed me back around like 200,000 or 300,000. And I was like, oh my God, I freaking love you. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's like, and then we just came like really good friends. Like we FaceTime every now and then. Like hopefully we're gonna meet up soon, like once all this COVID and stuff kind of goes away. But like, yeah, we've just made a great friendship out of that. And it was so meaningful to me because like I said, I never grew up having a whole lot of friends. So the fact that I can meet someone and we can connect on so much, like, you know, even talking about the social media thing, because like not everybody understands it, especially when you're really, really getting into the whole social media thing and just starting out. Not everybody understands everything that's going on, so that we could talk about that. We could kind of like talk about, you know, the big girl struggles, you know, because she also carried that with her too. But so yeah, that was really awesome that I was able to make a really good friend out of it too. But I'm just so grateful for the app in so many ways, for the fact that, you know, people that I would have never thought would have known who I am have seen me before, you know. Even just comments I get from people like big TikTokers have duetted me, or they you know, they comment on my videos, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like you don't realize, you know, like this person has 22 million followers, and they've duetted me or they commented on video, like they saw me out of everybody, you know. It just, it makes you like, it's like mind blowing, like I can't believe it, you know. So I'm just, and the positivity, like I keep saying that because it's so true. Just the positivity and the love I get from it, it's amazing. And so I said, like when they had that whole like scare of like, oh, is TikTok going away? Like, going to tell you, I was like low key heartbroken because like I love TikTok. I mean, I honestly don't watch it as much as I used to. I'm more so making content on it, but that's why I love it, you know. But yeah, when they had that whole scare about it going away, I was like a little like low-key heartbroken because I felt like I've just put so much time and energy and effort and love into this app that like I was so scared of it going away, you know. Like I didn't want that. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do now? Like, you know.
No, it totally makes sense. It totally makes sense. So you've done what a lot of TikTokers have done. So whenever you grow such a following, you've started doing affiliated partnerships. And so you have one that I see you working a lot. Let's go ahead and talk about Charming Cheetah.
Yes. So they are the sweetest people ever. It's like they're out of like Arlington, Texas, like just a small like local small business. Like they're not like a big, you know, corporation or anything, but they reached out to me when I was probably at like 100K, and they were like, look, we'd love to just like send you some clothes. Like at first it wasn't like anything paid just yet. Like I think they were just gonna like send me some clothes and see how I liked them and just kind of promote them, you know. And they were just the sweetest people ever. Like they became like a second family. Like once we started doing things, like we FaceTime and then we talk about like things all the time, like just like even talking about like moving for their company. So like I get that question all the time because I promote it so much. People think it's my company, but it's not. I just am their ambassador. So but yeah, they send me a few things and like I love their stuff. Like they have the cutest shirts ever. Like, and I'm a t-shirt person. Like I wear a lot of t-shirts at home when I'm not like all dressed up, you know? So like I just like love promoting their stuff because it was cute stuff. It's like it was like some of the sayings, you know, I could relate to because they have like thick thighs,
thick fillet.
Like
I love the thick fillet. Yeah,
everyone loves a thick fillet. But it's like, you know, they had like it's like you can relate to them. It's like it's just like fun, cute t-shirts. But they had sent me the message and then they asked, you know, would you be considered being like a brand ambassador? First they actually wanted to know if I just wanted to kind of like come out with like a merch shirt, like, you know, for my own thing. And we kind of came up with the shirt idea. Well, it didn't really do all that well, but when they had sent me the other t-shirts did like really, really well. So they were like, well, look, why don't you just come on as an ambassador, see how it goes. We'll give you like a certain amount of the profits. And then like to me it was just like it was on the side. So like I started when I was still at the salon and doing, you know, hair. That's when I started with Charming Cheetah company. Mallory and her stepmom Jenny, they're the sweetest people ever. And they have like a little shop in the back of, I think it might be in the back of their houses or something, but they have like this little shop and they just do t-shirts, just them too. Like it's nothing, you know, it was just, you know, for fun. And then it became like a big thing. Like when they started getting all these sales, they were like, oh my gosh, you know, like she's bringing in, you know, actual sales, because they had just started when when they asked me to be an ambassador for them. I think they had only been like up and running for like 2 to 3 months. So they were still brand new too. Yeah. So it's kind of like, it's fun because we kind of like grew together in the sense that as I grew, they also grew, you know.
When you think back on throughout your own personal history, like who's been a big influence? Because you're extremely funny, Mia. Like you funny.
Oh, thank you.
Funny. Some of the shit that comes out of your mouth, some of the faces that you make, some of the stuff that you just do. You're very, very, very funny. So when you think back on people who've influenced you throughout your life, like who have some of your influences been? Who have they been?
Yeah. Well, like, it is so funny because, you know, everyone thinks, you know, you're going to be just like your parents, you know, you grew up that way. Your parents are going to be, you know, your parents raised you, so you're going to be just like them. And it's so funny because, like, me and my mom are like nothing alike in the sense that, like, she doesn't want any part of the camera. Like, she's like, you know, she doesn't want any of that. But like my dad, I think I get a lot of sarcasm and stuff from my dad. My dad likes to joke a lot, so I get a lot of that. The faces, I'll definitely say is my nanny. It's so funny. Everyone says that, oh my gosh, that should have been your mama, because her too, she got rhythm, she got the jam. Like, we're a lot alike. Everyone says that. So yeah, I think everyone's like, that should have been your daughter. Like, this should have been your mom, and you should have been your daughter. Like, we have the attitude, we have the sass, we have the, you know, just like that. And like the rhythm that just comes from us. Like, she's another, you know, plus size woman, and she can shake it. She don't care, you know, she just, we're a lot alike in that sense. So I think I get a lot of my character from her. But yeah, sarcasm from my dad for sure.
And what about whenever you look at pop culture, like, who's influenced you there? So when it comes to like movies and TV and music, like, who have been some of your influences?
Honestly, like, I always think about this, and it's like, it's hard to answer because I am a big like music person. I love music, but I love all branches of music, like I all genres. I listen to everything. So there's not like specifically one person. I mean, now I would have to say like Lizzo's a big influence for all us big girls. You know, she's out there doing the thing, she's paving the way. You know, for all, because you look at it, you like, I was even just watching the Grammys the other night. Like, you look at all these, you know, big artists, and you don't see a lot of big people. You know, it's a lot of thin people that's in the spotlight, and that's what society gets, you know, strung. Like, you have to be thin, you have to be, you know, to be in the spotlight, to be that, that means you have to lose weight, you have to follow all these certain things. And she's just out there doing her thing, you know, and it just makes you like, just, you know, so like, it inspires me to, you know, just be myself. Like, I can still enjoy what I'm doing and just have fun with it. But yeah, I definitely would have to say right now is Lizzo, with her, you know, her attitude. She's bringing it, and she don't care. She's just like, care. This is me, and I love it. Like, this is me, and take it or leave it.
She don't care, but she cares so much, but in the right way.
Yeah, in the right way.
Yeah, right?
Like, she doesn't care as far as what, you know, everybody thinks about her, in that, you know, sense of, like, she's gonna wear what she wants to wear. She shows some skin. That's who she is. You know what I'm saying? That's just how she is. And it's so funny because I remember when you were talking. Wait, what?
I said I love her so much.
Oh, I know, me too. I know. And it's just like, she's such a big part of, you know, body positivity, and it's being you, like, and just the big girl community, because that's why everyone loves her. Like, she's probably one of the first ones that's really so big. Like, she's so big, like, that she just, like, so popular, and she just does her, you know what I'm saying? She just has fun with it, and just is in being herself. And I think that just inspires a lot of, you know, other creators or other people who want to get into somewhat of the social media industry, or just being, you don't even have to be in the social media industry, just people in general, you know. She's just a big inspiration in that sense. So we love some Lizzo, you know.
We do love some Lizzo. Wouldn't that be such a cool collaboration if you and Lizzo did like a duet together? Oh my god,
I think I would probably crack myself.
Oh, like, my god, that would get even more views.
Cry. Oh, I would cry. You're right. Oh my god, I'd probably pass out. Like,
who do you want to collaborate with more than anyone? Put that out there. Who do you want? Probably
Lizzo.
Yeah, right.
Probably. Oh yeah, like that. It's just like, I think I would. Like, everyone always told me that, like, especially when I first started, oh my god, you need to be Lizzo's backup dancer. Like, you need to be like,
no shit.
Like,
No
She
shit.
does have the
Big girl dancers.
big girl
Yep.
back.
She got her big girls.
So like, I think didn't you know one of the her background dancers? Like, didn't you have?
No, but I
with
followed. No, I didn't know one of them personally. I've been following one of them since like right before. No, but I saw Lizzo whenever she was on Samantha Bee back in like 2016, and I thought, who is this chick? She's going to be huge.
Telling me this. I remember
Yes, I knew
her before she was like big. You know?
Oh yeah. Oh, I've been a huge fan. I've seen her in concert 5 times. And the last concert I went to, she was starting to get big, and so there were so many people there. But the first few concerts I went to, there was a couple thousand people there, and it was amazing. And I was like, I love Lizzo. Like I love the fact that like she came out and she was wearing flats, dancing in a leotard. Like no one did that. And I love that she didn't wear heels. That just made me so fucking happy just to see her just like, look, this is how I feel comfortable. I'm a dance.
Exactly.
What? And just like went for it. And it just, I mean, plus her lyrics, like she's such an amazing writer. Jesus. Why are men great till they gotta be great? Why? Why? I can't even. Oh, she's so good. She's so good.
We're getting all like hyped up.
I'm getting worked up. I want to put some music on it. I want to dance. But
also, one of her, I don't know what he like. I think he danced for her a few times. That was another one that I was like really excited when he followed me. His name is Dex Rated. His name is Dexter, but that's his like his handle is like Dex Rated. But he had danced with Lizzo. He had danced with Lizzo before, and he's another plus size man. Like I love him. He's so funny. Like I just like, he's like the best. But if you want to follow him, he's the best. Love him. And I think he had danced for her a few times. I had seen a video of him and Lizzo together, and I was like, so when he followed me, I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be best friends with Lizzo now. Like,
seriously.
Oh my God. So I was freaking out and he's also worked with like a few other people. I saw he's worked with like Dua Lipa like recently and all that. So he's worked with a few artists, but and I think that's also because of his, carefree attitude. He just lets it all hang out and he's just doing his thing. He don't care. He's just, being himself, and I love it.
So Mia, what are you thinking next? Like, what do you want to do next? Because you've talked about, possibly going to LA in the future. Like, where do you see yourself in the world?
I'm at the point where like I just want to take any opportunity that comes to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to like do as much as I can. Like I'd love to get and try a little bit of everything, like why not? Because then you can realize what you are truly passionate about. I mean, I'm passionate obviously about my, TikTok and making videos, but like there's so much more you can do with that. You know what I'm saying? So many more opportunities that can come from that. Yeah. So whether that be some type of modeling or some type of like even acting or, something, like you can always like look at like let's look at like Addison Rae. She's a big, she's big into the whole TikTok scene. And she's becoming an actress from that, so she's gonna be in a few movies. She's already done like a few like the little animation movies where you like they talk in the little booths, but like anything, like honestly. But I do eventually would like want to kind of, I've never been to LA, but I've always wanted to go. That was kind of like my goal, just to kind of even see if I'm even like, about that life, because they say it's completely different. Like I'm just from simple, Lafayette or Tucson, Louisiana, I'm literally, it's so small town, like just basic, normal everyday life, 9-to-5 jobs, people, it's not a big thing over here where you don't hear about that, like people coming from Lafayette, Louisiana, so a lot, like Addison was probably the first one that like the first person that ever got super big that came from here, you know what I'm saying? So but yeah, I would love to move. Like I would love to just even visit LA and just kind of like
Mhm.
work, like collaborate with some people.
Your YouTube channel. What do you want your YouTube channel to be like? What are you gonna have on there?
I think my YouTube channel, I want it to be more of like a like getting to know me, my personality.
Mhm.
Since a lot of my TikTok is dancing, you know, I don't have a whole like a big abundant amount of TikToks where I'm like actually talking with people and like,
Mhm.
you know, getting to know a lot about me as a person.
Yeah.
So I think whereas like my TikTok is more just like fun, you know, and just like, you know, you don't have to like they don't know me personally. I think I want to bring a little bit more personal stuff to YouTube, but also still keeping it fun, you know, like get them being able to learn, excuse me, a little bit more about me and about like where I come from and what makes me me, you know, and but just having fun. Like I don't know, like I just have so much fun with videos. I really do. I just enjoy it. Like I just enjoy it. So like just have maybe fun, like little challenges or fun, you know, anything just to kind of lighten the mood, you know, keep it fun.
I feel like the question we have to ask ourselves is, what would Mia do? You know, what would Mia do? Because she would have fun. You know,
like that's like the one thing that I want to make sure that I'm enjoying what I'm doing and putting out content that I'm actually proud of and that I enjoy doing and have fun doing. I don't want it to come to a point where it's like I feel like it's just strict business. So it's like, okay, I have to promote this even though I don't want to. I mean, everybody gets days where, you know, you kind of feel a little bit discouraged. So like lately my TikTok has not been popping like it was, you know, like my videos have not been like being that big, you know. Sometimes you get days where they're, you know, in the millions. Like I had a video last week or the week before that hit 3 million, and then my video this week it didn't even get to 10,000 yet. So you know what I'm saying? You never know. It's all about just like literally when you posting it and what audio you're using, and you know it's people talk about this algorithm thing. I don't know how it all works, honestly. But like I think they say the more comments you get, like when you first upload it, like that's when it kind of boosts your. But I don't know how all that works. But you just never know. So it does sometimes get discouraging, like when you feel like you put effort into a video and it's not getting the love and attention that you feel it deserves. Because like when I do a video, some people like they look at these TikTok videos and they just, you know, like, oh, they just like did it for fun and they just like took 2 seconds to film it. That ain't the case, boo. That ain't what happened in here. Like I'm outside and like sweating my badonk off. Let me tell you, like I am dripping in sweat. I'm like, you know, I filmed it like 50 times, you know what I'm saying, to get the perfect one. So like I feel like I do put a lot of effort into my videos. It might not seem like it's a lot because it's just one like 15-second video or however long it is, but you gotta realize I was outside for an hour, you know, like working my butt off, moving around, like it's an exercise in itself, you know?
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, I feel like I do, like I put effort into my videos. So it's like you want them to do well, you know? But sometimes I do like little like fun little skits, like random stuff that I just think about.
Funny.
Like, and it's just stupid stuff. Like, because I want to be able to be myself, you know, on my platform. I want to just have fun with it. I don't want to be this like robot kind of thing and not being able to put my personality out there and it just being all the same, like, you know, like you have fun with it. Just be stupid. Be yourself. Be like, you know what I'm saying?
Totally.
So I think that's why I have so much fun with my content and posting videos, because I'm just being me, you know, I'm just doing me and having fun. So
you are such a fearless female. You put yourself out there and you do it, but you also do it with just so much authenticity. That's so amazing. So I guess my next question for you would be, when you feel fears start to creep in, because it happens, like we all get scared of stuff. When you feel fears start to creep in your life, what do you do to actually combat that?
like, I mean, like, I'm not, like I said, I'm human. Everybody
Yeah.
gets, you know, days where they just are like, ooh, you know, like, it's not, I don't wake up every day and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna be perfect today. And I'm like feeling myself. I get days where I'm not, like, I do feel insecure sometimes. I'm human. Everybody has those days, you know?
Mhm.
But like, and sometimes like I just don't have the motivation to post. Like, I just am like, you do sometimes get scared of like things just like going away because you put all your effort and everything into these videos, but you also like, you have to, like, a lot of people, some people just like have like these daily affirmations where they look in the mirror and they're like, yes, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. But sometimes you still say that to yourself and you still don't, you know, you mentally struggle, you know, with it. But and I do, that's a big question that I get all the time. A lot of people have so much fear from like the hate or the opinions other people give. But to get over that, it's not something that you could just get over with overnight. It's something that you have to grow. Like, as you're growing, you have to love a little bit of yourself more and more and more each day. You have to learn to do that, because if not, you're going to be miserable. You will be miserable. Like, because like I can sit here and be like, okay, look at my double chin. Ew, that's so ugly, you know? But me, I think what I do is because I guess I do consider myself like a positive person. I do like to keep the upside of things. So I turn a lot of that, you know, negativity into like joke. You know what I'm saying? Like talking about like people like, oh my God, my double chin's ugly, and I'm sitting in the mirror and I'm like, like, I'm just being stupid with it. You know what I'm saying? I turn it into a joke. So all that fear, I think I turn it into kind of like somewhat of a, like, making it into some kind of like comedy or some kind of like joke where it's like more fun. It kind of also like, it like turns like back onto them. Like, okay, you can say those hateful things about me, but I'm like, you know, I'm gonna sit here and have fun with it, you know?
Yeah.
But that's something like fear does. I mean, it's normal for people to get scared, you know, about anything. Like, whether it's you're scared of what people are going to say, or you know, scared of that judgment. That's a big question that I get so many times, is how do you stay so confident? Aren't you scared of what, you know, how everyone's going to judge you? Like, I'm like, no, because I mean, everyone immensely, you kind of like, you don't want to get hate, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you just have to know that what you're doing is like what makes you happy and what you enjoy doing, and that's all that matters. If you are proud of it, you enjoy it, and you just, you know, it really does. It's a big mental thing. I really do believe that it's a mental thing. You have to, like, a mindset. You have to set your mind to be like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna be proud of it, and I'm gonna work for it, and if I'm happy with it, then those people don't matter. Like, you put that a mindset that negativity is not gonna change who you are. So I think the fear, you kind of just have to get over it mentally, like, and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not one thing that I can tell you on how to be confident, there's not one thing I can say to you. It has to be you to change that. I can't make you confident. I can't change who you are. You have to learn to love yourself for who you are, and you have to change that about yourself and fall in love with yourself and learn to be confident in yourself, to be able to, like, because that's the only way you're gonna be happy. It really is. Like,
so you guys, you can actually just replay that over and over again. It's like a pep talk. She's just giving you a pep talk. So you can just replay it. You can hit, 30 seconds back and just listen to that a couple times. Cause you're right. And we slip out of that, and we put so much pressure on ourselves, and we allow that fear to kind of seep in and just overtake. And you're totally right, Mia. You really are.
And like, I'm human. I mean, I have days where it's like, I don't want to get out of bed today. I just don't feel like motivated. I don't feel like, I just don't feel confident in myself today. I just want to be, like by myself. And I mean, it's normal. It's okay to have those days. I mean, no one is 100% happy 100% all the time. There's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? It's normal. It's normal to feel, down sometimes. Yeah. It's normal to, not, be confident 100% of the time. That also, it shows your, like, if you be vulnerable about it, that's just authenticity in yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's normal. It just shows you, you're real, and everyone goes through it. It's not, it's, I have days where I look in the mirror and I'm like, okay, this outfit is not it. I don't like the way this looks on me. I don't like this. I don't like that. But at the end of the day, it's something that I have to get over get over, like, mentally. You know what I'm saying? It's just a mindset. It's all about
mindset.
It is. And it's all about just you believing in yourself. And when you start, like, actually, like, being like, okay, yeah, like, if I'm like, oh, I look good, then you, like, mentally start believing it. You're like, yeah, I do. You know what I'm saying? So it I think fear, the best way to get over fear is just kind of like just getting that mindset in that embedded in your brain. Like, the
best way to get over fear is to F it. Is that what you?
There you go. F it, baby.
So Mia, where can people find you?
Okay, so it's pretty easy. All my social media handles are the same. It's Mia, and a lot of people don't know how to pronounce my middle name, but it's Mia Lana Terry. It's MIALANA TERRY, and I'm on Instagram, TikTok. The TikTok is like my main platform, but I am on everything. I'm on Instagram, TikTok. I have a Snapchat. I have a Twitter actually, but like I never get on Twitter. Like, I don't know, Twitter. I find Twitter's not like as big as it used to be.
No.
But I have a channel started on YouTube, but I have not posted any yet.
Okay. So, well, we'll make sure that people can subscribe to that. I'll put all your links down below. If you're listening, you can check the show notes, or you can also just go to the Instagram for Eff Your Fears, and you'll see where you can find Lana. Or, oh my God, I'm calling you
Lana's my
name.
mom.
I know, me. I'm sorry.
I'm like, I get called that 20,000 times a day. It's so funny. Everyone says that I'm like my mom's twin. They're like, oh my God, y'all look just alike, It's so funny.
So yeah, and with all that said, you know where to find Mia. And Mia, thank you so much for being here. This is just
I was so glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
I hope that you'll come back and we can chat about something else next time.
100%. I am down.
I would love it. I think I'm gonna try to duet one of your videos, one of your most,
I would love it.
I'm gonna duet one of your most highest.
Like one of my favorite things to do is watch duets. I love it. It was so funny actually the other day. So one of my videos got like trending or whatever and went viral, and then it started trending in Russia. So I had all these Russian comments and all these Russian, duets, and I couldn't understand what they're saying. So I'm literally saving all the videos and then going to a translator and typing all the, what they're saying. So I know what they're saying. It was so much fun. It was so funny.
Oh my God.
Like,
so funny.
I mean, and it's just funny because you don't know what they're saying. So like some people you can tell by their facial, what they're doing with their facials. Like some people have like a on their face, and then some people have like a oh my God, like. So you can kind of tell if it's positive or negative based on their, facials, what they're doing. But I was literally sitting there and I was like, oh, this is fun. Like I was sitting there like downloading the video, and then I'd go to like a translator app and like translate the video to English so I could understand what they were saying.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
Oh, I do have one more question. So for everyone out there that doesn't really have a TikTok or doesn't really know much about TikTok, what advice would you give to someone who's just starting a TikTok and, they want to do their own thing? What advice would you give to that brand new TikToker?
Well, I mean, all I have to say, I mean, it's kind of cliche, but like, really, just be yourself, be authentic. Don't try to be something you're not. Like, literally, just have fun with it. Like, enjoy it. You know, I wouldn't say get on the app to become famous. You know what I'm saying? Do it because you enjoy making the videos. Do it because you have fun doing it. You know, anybody, that's what's so great about the app is that anybody can get a following from it. Like, you can be like me. Like I said, like, I was not expecting this at all. Like, I literally had just started on TikTok, had no followers, and it just like, I was at like 0, and then just, you know, there was nothing I did that was, oh my gosh, crazy. I mean, some people do that, you know, they do kind of crazy things to get them to stand out. But just really just be yourself and have fun with it. Honestly, just enjoy it while you have it, and just, I think just being authentic and being yourself is all that really matters. So
Mia, I enjoy you.
Oh, I love you.
I enjoy you so much. I'm so grateful that you came.
So hard.
All right. Well, everybody, we'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.
Bye.
Oh my God, I love you. I love you, love you, love you.
What'd you think of the show? It was fun, right? If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? I mean, if you haven't subscribed and you're still here, it's kind of like a goodbye kiss. So why don't you just subscribe? And then we'll be able to see each other more often. You leave a comment, I'll respond. This little game you can play on. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. I thank you for listening. I hope you have an incredible day. Keep yourself inspired. Keep fighting against the fears that want to stop you from doing the things that you want to do. Why? Because you're worth it. You're amazing and you got this. So let's make some magic. Let's make some magic. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we can make magic.